The story begins in the middle of the day, right at the Krusty Krab. As usual, Squidward is casually doing his job, trying to enjoy his shift in peace. But suddenly, out of nowhere, a stampede of hungry customers storms in all at once. They are furious, yelling, banging on the counters, completely losing their minds because their stomachs are growling like wild animals. They demand their orders immediately, and they are not taking "wait a minute" for an answer. Squidward panics. He rushes over to the kitchen window and shouts at SpongeBob, who is back there in the kitchen, to hurry up and start cranking out Krabby Patties as fast as possible. The customers are going berserk, and Squidward is terrified they're going to tear the place apart. SpongeBob, being the dedicated fry cook he is, springs into action. Both hands are flying, flipping patties, assembling buns, slapping on pickles and cheese. He is moving like a blur. Sweat is pouring down his face, but he does not stop. But right in the middle of his cooking frenzy, disaster strikes. SpongeBob's right arm suddenly cramps up, bad. His hand starts twisting and bending in a weird, painful angle. He winces, but he refuses to give up. He tells himself it is no big deal because the most important thing is making sure his customers' stomachs are full. Besides, he still has his left arm, right? So he keeps going. But not long after that, boom, his left arm gives out too. Same exact cramp. Now both arms are completely useless. He can barely even lift his spatulas, let alone flip a patty. Meanwhile, out front, Squidward is losing it. He yells back at SpongeBob to hurry up because the customers are about to riot. They have waited way too long and their patience is completely gone. Squidward finally throws in the towel and reports SpongeBob to Mr. Krabs, telling him the fry cook has failed miserably. That is when Mr. Krabs walks in and sees the whole situation. He takes one look at SpongeBob's twisted, cramped arms and realizes how bad it is. He feels sorry for SpongeBob, but honestly, he also feels sorry for Squidward, who is still being chased around the dining area by angry customers. So Mr. Krabs makes a decision. He tells SpongeBob to take a temporary break until his arms recover. He activates the emergency backup cook, a robot named Spawn, the Krusty Krab's emergency cooking unit, to take over. SpongeBob is heartbroken. Tears start streaming down his face. He reluctantly leaves the kitchen and heads home to rest. We cut to Sandy's tree dome. SpongeBob is sitting there, pouring his heart out to his best friend. His arms are still wrecked, and he is devastated that he had to stop working, especially since Mr. Krabs himself sent him home. SpongeBob feels like he has let everyone down, but he knows he has no choice but to follow orders. Sandy listens carefully to her buddy's sob story, and she immediately jumps into action. She is not about to let her friend stay down. She pulls out a bunch of her spare robot parts and gadgets, spreads them all over the floor, and starts sorting through them. She is looking for the perfect set of mechanical arms to temporarily replace SpongeBob's real ones so he can get back to work. Long story short, Sandy finds the perfect pair of robotic arms. She tests them out, and once they are attached to SpongeBob, they work like a charm. They are super flexible, responsive, and feel almost like the real thing, except way faster. SpongeBob is over the moon. He is thrilled. He thanks Sandy 1,000,000 times and immediately decides to head back to the Krusty Krab to show off his brand new shiny arms. He arrives back at the restaurant ready to show off, but when he walks in, he is shocked. The place is an absolute disaster. Total chaos. Everyone is still hangry and out of control, and it looks like they are about to actually roast Squidward alive out of pure frustration. Mr. Krabs spots SpongeBob and practically drags him back into the kitchen. And the kitchen, it is even worse. The emergency robot cook, Spawn, is completely malfunctioning. It is literally on fire, burning everything in sight. That is when SpongeBob steps up. With his new robotic arms, he takes over. These arms are fast, insanely fast, and Sandy had modified them to perfection. Within seconds, SpongeBob is cranking out dozens of Krabby Patties like a machine because, well, he kind of is one now. Mr. Krabs is ecstatic. His star employee is back in action. SpongeBob serves all the angry, starving customers in record time, and Squidward's life is officially saved. The customers finally calm down, their bellies full and happy. Peace is restored. But back in the kitchen, SpongeBob panics again. They have run out of ingredients, completely out. There is nothing left to make more Krabby Patties. He runs out the back door to the dumpster area, and behind it he spots the garden, fully grown and ready for harvest. Perfect. He starts grabbing everything he needs. He is so happy. Thanks to Sandy, he is able to work again. He picks every last ingredient, leaving nothing behind. SpongeBob takes a quick break because he is exhausted. He reaches down to pick up a heavy batch of buns with both robotic arms, but the weight is too much for his real legs. Suddenly, both his legs cramp up and snap. They are done. Useless. He cannot stand, let alone walk. Just then, Squidward yells from the front that customers are getting hungry again and they need more food fast. SpongeBob realizes his robot arms are working perfectly, but his legs cannot keep up. So he does the only logical thing. He calls Sandy back to the Krusty Krab for another emergency upgrade. Sandy shows up right away. SpongeBob begs her to replace his legs with robotic ones too. She does not waste a second. She brings out a pair of mechanical legs and installs them on the spot. Once they are attached, SpongeBob takes a few steps. They are incredibly light, fast, and way more efficient than his real legs. He is thrilled. He is more energetic than ever and ready to work at full speed again. From that day on, SpongeBob serves every single customer with his whole heart and his whole robot body. The legs and arms Sandy installed are unbelievably useful. Mr. Krabs is raking in cash like never before. He knows SpongeBob is part robot now, and he is loving every penny of it. SpongeBob even shows off his new speed to Squidward. He is faster, stronger, and can cook circles around anyone. Squidward immediately takes advantage of this by making SpongeBob work the cash register too. SpongeBob, being SpongeBob, happily agrees. Not long after, Bubblebase walks into the restaurant. He stands at the counter, totally confused, unable to decide between a Krabby Patty or a hot dog. 10 whole minutes pass. He is still standing there, stuck. Then Sandy shows up again. This time, she replaces SpongeBob's eyeballs with robotic eyes. Now SpongeBob can literally see into his customers' minds before they even place their order. He activates a green laser beam from his new eyes, aims it straight at Bubblebase's head, and reads exactly what he is craving. He nails it. Bubblebass is blown away. He is super impressed and leaves a very happy customer. Back in the kitchen, SpongeBob is struggling again. He cannot taste test every single patty one by one. It is too slow. So he decides he needs to upgrade his face too. He calls Sandy once more. This time he wants a robotic face. Sandy warns him if he does this, he might lose his identity, his true self. But SpongeBob does not care. He is stubborn. He will do whatever it takes to be the best fry cook in the entire restaurant. Mr. Krabs walks into the kitchen and sees the final result. SpongeBob's entire body has been replaced with robot parts. He is completely stunned. SpongeBob explains that he is now fully robotic, and he has even changed his name to Spongeboard. Mr. Krabs does not care what he is called. As long as Spongeboard keeps making him tons of money, he is happy, and it works. SpongeBob now cooks using his own body as the cooking system itself, which is twice as fast as before. Mr. Krabs is laughing with joy, but while Mr. Krabs is laughing, he accidentally spills his hot coffee all over SpongeBob's robotic body. That triggers an instant system error. SpongeBob's defensive protocols activate, and he goes completely berserk. His eyes glow red, and he starts shooting lasers everywhere, at the walls, the ceiling, the customers. Everyone is terrified. The once friendly fry cook has turned into a deadly weapon. Customers are running for their lives. Squidward and Mr. Krabs can only watch in horror as the chaos unfolds. SpongeBob has completely lost control. Mr. Krabs wastes no time. He calls Sandy immediately and tells her SpongeBob has gone out of control. She rushes to the Krusty Krab. When she gets there, she sees SpongeBob in full defense mode, attacking anyone who tries to get near him. Mr. Krabs is absolutely petrified. But Sandy stays calm. She still has all of SpongeBob's original body parts saved. One by one, she reattaches them, his real arms, legs, everything, carefully and correctly. The final touch, she reinstalls his original brain. That is the key to saving him. SpongeBob finally wakes up, back to his old self. Sandy is so relieved. She is happy she could help him out of this mess. SpongeBob realizes his mistake. He went too far replacing his body parts, and all for something silly that made him lose control. He is grateful to be himself again. Suddenly, a massive robot appears and grabs SpongeBob, preparing to take him away to be destroyed. But SpongeBob thinks fast. He uses a clever approach. He pretends to be a customer. The robot buys it. To complete the act, SpongeBob cooks a fresh Krabby Patty for the robot. The robot is shocked. For its entire existence, it has always been the one cooking for others, never the one being served. But when it takes a bite of that Krabby Patty, something amazing happens. The patty travels through its internal systems, and the robot realizes this is the most delicious thing it has ever tasted. It immediately switches back to normal mode. But then, crash. The Krabby Patty gets stuck in the robot's grinding mechanism. The robot was not designed to actually eat food, so it completely malfunctions and breaks apart. SpongeBob feels terrible. He has been a robot before, so he cannot bear to just throw it away. Mr. Krabs thinks for a moment and then gets an idea. The next day, the broken robot is repaired and given a new purpose. It now stands on top of the Krusty Krab sign, waving and greeting customers as they come in. A perfect new job for a robot that just wanted to be useful, and that is where our story ends.